have Dunc playing Data King, aka Krono. Dunc is traveling in from New York, and Krono lives out of Puerto Rico. And they're both part of my team. This is Ambrose, Team Heron, so it's kind of a family match, which is fun. So they warmed up on Awake, and they're moving on to first song of their set, which is Reach the Sky Without You. Both of these players know this song, so it's just going to be a matter of who gets more marvelouses. So it should be really fun.
And, I'm B-Wizard again. I had you all for a little bit last night. Glad to be here again today. I remember watching Krono play at Eclipse. It was a real pleasure. Great seeing this high level of competition on one of my most favorite charts. Banger song, banger chart. Love to see it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so much nicer to talk without the headset on. Not going to say anything about Krono's run right now, but I mean, they're both just going to keep it close. Delightful. They are so good. This is still very close. We have a lot of song left. We're going to go into a slowdown for a while. They're going to nail it. And then some speed ups and stops.
Yeah, we got a vamos out in chat. Sound off Puerto Rico.
Looks like Krono's up a handful of points. Oh no. Both holding gold combo. Both again just know the song so well. This is a hard one. I think this is a hard one to execute still on command. Because you're trying not to think too hard. Like, you played it 1,000 times, but you don't want to think too hard. You just want to like go with your gut and execute cleanly. And I think like the energy too, also, these are two players that know each other very well. So that makes it a little bit more comfortable in terms of like playing and executing the song. You're less stressed out about the pressure of your opponent. You still want to do well, but sure. It's your friend, it's your pal.
I definitely perform better when I'm playing with people that I know well.
A dually PFC. We'd love to see that. And
very close game here.
Right, I cannot see the numbers. They are so tiny on the screen, but I'm going to guess.
Krono has eked out a win here by 21 EX.
Yeah, that's a big win. And I can't see their, I'm looking at their faces. No, there's a lot of smiles.
These are both of the caps, so you can just like look here instead of here if you want.
Oh, perfect, thanks. Incredible. And you'd love to see that in a tournament, right? Like a double 17 PFC, any way that you cut it is like a beautiful moment. Especially between two friends, like goosebumps, little baby goosebumps. So much Puerto Rico love in the chat.
Gotta love it. You know, in professional esports, we pretty much just hear about Japan, Korea, China, and the US. We don't get a lot of love for Puerto Rico, Central South America.
Right.
Plenty of great competition out there too.
Yeah, and it's been so exciting to watch so many matches today and participate. There's a lot of representation from so many different places.
Yeah, you know, on that note, I just ran a tournament up in Fairfax 1 or 2 weeks ago, and Franco, who's one of the top pump players, stopped by to come in and wreck the bracket for us. And I think he's from Chile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he ripped DDR, I think, a couple years ago here, too. Cool. Okay, so it looks like they're starting their second song, Hard Brain. Very straightforward 15. Kind of a classic warm-up song, honestly, for a lot of like upper-level players. Just pretty chill BPM. It's about 155. A lot of steps. So they're both going to probably have pretty low perfect counts. I think so. One of the things we're seeing throughout today, though, which is interesting, is adjusting to these cabinets is a little hard, depending on the player. Like, some people are adjusting a little faster than others, but that adds, I think, another level of just like interest. So even a chart like this, where Hard Brain, maybe your record is like 5 perfects, you can still rip 29. So anything can happen in a part like this, I think.
Definitely. At this level of play, 15s can really just come down to just a handful of perfects.
Yeah. No, and I think right now the matches that we're watching through the first level of this bracket are 15 to 17, and then after that they should move up to 16 through 18. So the 15s are a really interesting inclusion at this part of the bracket. Usually it's a little higher of difficulty. So to see a very straightforward one between two like monstrously amazing players is so spicy.
I think I've got a flag on this one.
Yeah.
So like if even I got knocked out in pool 4.
Oh, sure.
So if even I can flag Hard Brain, like it's I wouldn't be surprised if we saw single-digit perfects on this.
Oh, it's really close. I'm like going back and forth, my eyeballs. Because Krono picked up a great.
But again, at this level of play, that could mean nothing.
Oh, looking at the EX down here, they're like nearly tied as they're getting into the end. Wow, they tied! Oh my god!
You love to see it.
Oh my god.
This is what we come here for.
Wow. So it's 9, I think, is what Duncan got.
You can't really see it from the cameras, but they just gave each other a hug over that tie.
Oh, teammates tied, have to move on and play another song together. But I think that's 9 from Dunc, and then it's got to be something like 3 and a miss from Krono. So we'll see what they do. There's like a pad question. I don't know, getting a miss on a song like that for a player like Krono gives me a little bit of a question mark. But we'll see if they want to redo it or move on to their tiebreaker. But wow, crazy.
Really amazing. I remember at Eclipse last year seeing Krono tie his set for, I think it was the losers final. But you can go look that one up on YouTube. The crowd went absolutely crazy.
Sorry, thirsty person over here staring at my water.
Stay hydrated, chat.
Oh, #1 Dunc fan is in the chat. I don't know who that is, but I love the name. I would call myself #2 Dunc fan.
So we got a Vamos Senor Krono. Yeah. A lot of love coming in for Krono.
Krono's, I think, such a kind, fun, amazing human who's obviously extremely good at DDR. He's also very good at In the Groove. So just an extremely skilled, high-level player in ITG.
I didn't get the chance to catch the ITG sets today.
Yeah.
So
he didn't enter this time around, but there were some really good matches for it.
Vámonos Puerto Rico! Yeah, let's go!
Oh, from Captain Carbon.
Carbon, yeah! Welcome to the chat.
Oh, sort of Vengeance. This is interesting. So this is a pretty straightforward 16. It's fast. It's over 200 BPM. So it's going to have just a lot of notes and some like fast runs and some drilly kind of runs. So I think this could go either way. Though it's hard when you see.
But we've got Krono with the MFC 120 steps
you
in.
can never say a commentator's curse. You can't say it. You can't.
I've jinxed it. Oh, I'm the worst.
Yeah, it's still keeping it close. So within 3 EX of each other, and you're not going to get too much outside or too much different outside of what they're doing right now in the chart. They're both going to keep it together. It is fun because, on the same little DDR team, shoutouts Team Heron, and it's probably a fun match, but it also makes it a little bit more competitive too, because you are playing against someone you know, and you're like, you don't want to lose to them. You'll be happy if they win, but you don't want to lose.
I had a match earlier with Victor in Pool 4, and Victor had floated up from Pool 3, and we both played the same local arcade in Fairfax at the Cave. And we actually drew Chaos ESP, and we've been fighting back and forth for the machine record for that for months.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of friendly matchup that you love to see in these games.
Right.
Even if you're not participating in it yourself, but to see friends just having such a good rivalry like that.
Totally. And it looks like Krono Data King is ahead by quite a handful of EX, so he'll probably take the song. We're moving into the end. There's not too much left. So Krono's gonna take the song, and he'll take the set. Gave each other a hug. There's so many smiles. It's so great.
Yeah.
Such a fun match to watch.
We all have our share of disappointments and losses, but when you see competitors who lose, smile and shrug it off and know that they tried their best and had a good time anyway, you love to see it. You love to see that kind of sportsmanship.